And we're live, PKA episode 381 with our guest Matt Eisman. Kyle?
Yeah. You guys might be a little young, but I grew up, this was pre-internet. Isn't that amazing? Who was that? They said it was Howard Cosell interviewing O.J. Simpson and Bruce Jenner. There's a photo of him between those two. And it was like, and somebody put the meme was something like, I've seen the future, and you guys aren't going to believe what happens.
Some guy gets, falls off a bridge, and you see him land, and it's just a gif of that. And like, you'll scroll between for me, a hockey score, a guy dying, and then like a cat trying to catch a bird, and you don't even slow down anymore. You're just like, that wasn't even a good one. He died for nothing. He's going down.
Oh,
you think about it for a second, you're like, God, if I would have seen that when I was like 10, like that would have been pretty, that
would have ruined my day.
We need to address that.
Yeah, I'm going to take this to the NAAPOC.
Right.
When did Negro go out of vogue?
Right, and they talk about that. It went from black to Negro to color to Afro-American to African-American to people of color,
black,
and back to black. But it's interesting.
Oh, it's not black anymore.
No, black is fine.
Oh, thank God.
Right,
it's always been my favorite.
Oh, thank God. Just get a dog.
Dogs love you. A dog will lose a couple pounds before he starts eating your nose.
I think Chiz is just getting eaten by his dog. He's gone.
Cat people are the worst. Like if I'm prejudiced against any group of people, it's not a specific race or religious or ethnic background. It's cat people. It's cat people.
Pretty soon that will get you banned on YouTube.
I don't think that's a protected group just yet. So.
Just yet. You never know.
Fuck all those.
Well, it's only a matter of time, Kyle, until they add that to the restricted list.
The globalists.
They're coming, doggone.
Alex Jones. It's a false flag operation for the cats.
You see, it goes back to, if you look at the Egyptians, they raised the cat upon high. And if you look on the dollar bill, you'll see a pyramid with a great eye on top. That is the eye of the cat looking down upon you.
Are true at some point. Which ones, if any,
Okay.
Get your own corner of the internet. That was funny. How ironic is that? As we're talking about getting your own corner of the internet, you will have no corner anymore. No, guys, I've really enjoyed this conversation. This is fun. It's fun to bounce these ideas off. This is to me. This is what is great. Is the idea that people can talk. And granted, we are again 4 white guys, so maybe this is the most diverse group. But we can have disagreements or different opinions and discuss them. And that to me is the whole point of it.
I think we should be able to have these opinions as white guys. I mean, I've got problems with law enforcement. I'm borderline diabetic. What? I'm
issuing that caveat so I don't lose my job with NBC. All right, let's be honest.
No, it's out of the goodness of your heart. So
right.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I got to run, but you guys have been fantastic. So
yeah, man,
Kyle Taylor, Chiz, he's missing it. But please tell him thank you. I'm in Nashville. I got to go run. But I appreciate you guys having me on. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for coming.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
See you later. Up until the end, he thought that Woody's name was Chiz.
Good. I like that.
Did you notice that?
I did notice that.
We should have Matt on again. He didn't shout out any of his shit. Or I guess we talked about Ninja Warrior for 25 minutes. That's his shit.
Yeah. Go check him out. There'll be links down below to all of his stuff if you want to find out more about him. Or you can, just Google his name, and you'll find a lot of fun stuff that he's done, a lot of appearances and such. Really funny guy. Did you notice that, Woody? That
he was funny, yes.
No, that he thought you were Chiz.
No, I didn't.
Every time you'd get up to leave, he'd be talking and he'd go, Chiz left. And we'd be like, it was Woody, but it got trampled over. And so even through the whole thing, he thinks that you're Chiz. Let's see if he says that next time he's on.
And me in names. But Conor McGregor is close with another UFC fighter. This UFC fighter is like Artem Lobov or something close to that.
Yeah.
Well, Artem Lobov said that Khabib Nurmagomedov, Khabib, whatever, Nurmy they call him sometimes.
There's something to be said, and everyone says it about Khabib. Like when he's on you, it feels like there's 2 of him on you. The way it's like being ran over by a truck slowly. That like you can't
ran over by a truck slowly. He looks like a very strong guy. Like he was doing whatever Russians do, like farm labor.
He was wrestling bears, actually. He is the one who was wrestling bears as a child. There's video of that. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah. Oh,
if that's true, then there's not a fighter on the planet who probably scares that guy. He's like, you're not even beer. How long you kill? Do your jaws crush bone? No, I did not think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know what kind of so there's a warrant out for Conor McGregor's arrest right now. Based on the internet, he's still on the lam. He's hiding from the police. I guess he has a private jet or something. They stopped the jet on the tarmac, and they're not letting him leave the country. And that's his.
Be on like a fucking Segway. Start the plane.
What was me decoy jet?
I purchased a paramotor. I'm going a long route.
He'll get 15
just 20
miles
miles to
offshore.
Mexico. Yeah,
Oh, I never encountered 18-mile-an-hour headwinds. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Like the Hulk on Loki, just bam, 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 just smashed the thing into oblivion. He is so big and so incredibly strong.
Why don't you want him to come back?
He's a cheater. He tests positive every time they test him, and they know last time he tested positive after the fight. He gives guys brain damage because his fighting style is get you down and hit you with his fist, which is literally 4 times as big as mine. Like his fist is as big as like a bottle of liquor or something. I'm looking around.
They have to like custom make.
I'm looking for something
gloves.
other than bottles of liquor.
There's nothing. It's like he's hitting you with a bottle of liquor.
Joe's kicks look very, very hard, but 130 what units of power units?
And what are other people getting? Yeah, all I know is that his score is 130. I have no idea. Like,
if I kick that thing and I get like 85, I'm like, really, Joe? Like this? No. Like, but if I kick that thing and I get like 37, I'd be like, Jesus Christ, okay, like that makes sense. I've never done any kick training in my life.
On my screen, there's that same video, and it says 2,000 units with triple exclamation points. Units of what? Like 2,000 watts?
Units of interest.
Oh, that's 100. I'm almost positive that's 130,000 units.
That doesn't mean any more to me.
You could tell me it was a billion units.
Ngannou's punch is 129,000
grams.
But units of what?
Units of force on that punching machine.
Oh, force! Why did you say so?
But you want to watch Mr. You want to watch Mr. Big Guy?
No, it's filled with music, although it is awesome.
Mr. Big Guy.
What is Mr. Big Guy?
Mr. Big Guy is the video we watched on PKA.
Oh, that God! You want to watch it again?
Oh my God! I watched it again today, and I sent it to my friends.
Every day.
I sent it to my paramotor friends.
My father has seen it. I showed an old man at Walmart today.
Yeah, I'm like, because my paramotor friends don't really watch the show, but every so often you see that they catch a thing, a title will grab their eyes and they'll find that spot in the description. And like, if you've watched this at all, I have a host and he's made a lot of money promising to get surgery. Now people are mad because it doesn't look like he's going through with it. And like, there's all these troll channels, and I lay it out there, and then I show him that Mr. Big Guy video, which is brilliant.
Really sets the stage for what they can expect from subsequent videos.
So I've been working on my own parody all night last night. I've got a couple of ideas. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Gnarls Barkley song. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yes.
Maybe he's lazy. Does that mean he's lazy? Probably.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Someone suggested, the song Ocean Man, playing in the sand, what you done? They suggested Obese Man.
Oh my God.
Obese Man. So I've got a lot of ideas. I was thinking the Green Acres soundtrack. That one pops to my mind. Is like, Wings trailer is the place to be. Twitch streaming is the life for me. Belly spreading out so far and wide.
I like the thought that's gone into this.
There are notes. There are audio recordings. I've downloaded a couple of auto-tune programs. I'm thinking about going to a studio that's nearby. Studio time is like $50 an hour. I'm not promising anything until I can write something that is funny.
What if this went up as FPS Russia's comeback video?
Oh, I would do that to him.
No,
I would do that to him. Fucking like at least 500,750,000 views of just a hate video. I would
a montage video. It's not. Well, oh, that actually would be a hate video because it'd be making stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the whole scene I'm picturing at Kyle's house of like you're becoming a Hunter S. Thompson of sorts, where you're just drinking a half bottle of Grand Gala and then coming up with all sorts of really mean-spirited lyrics all night into the wee hours.
All night long. It was the sun was coming up, and I was like, "Movies, man. Where does it go from there?" I was like, I was trying to think.
Think. You
know, that song,
feverishly.
I just thinking of all the different songs that I could parody. That, like, for some reason, I keep thinking of that song, Big John. Every morning at the mine, you could see him arrive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 245, kind of broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip, and everybody knew you didn't give no lip to Big John. I like that one lends itself to like describing Wings' physique and talking about how you don't fuck with Wings. I feel like stood 5'11", weighed 455. like I feel like we could have some fun with that. But right now, like either the Green Acres theme song, I like that one, or Lazy.
The Green Acres one got me the best. Frankly.
All right.
Lazy got me. I don't know. I worry that someone wrote this long thing directed squarely at me, right? No bothering Kyle at all.
Dude, it's fucking funny. Like whether he has a sense of humor or about it or not, I don't fucking care anymore. It's fucking funny. Like keep taking your Lexapro, maybe you'll think it's funny in a week or two. It's fucking hilarious, bro.
I need to find the thing that they wrote to me. Here's someone praising my audio. There's a 1 in a million.
Bookmark. Yeah.
Plead to Woody.
Go back and visit that on sad days.
So this is going to be... I shouldn't give him this much attention. I'm making a mistake. Yet, here I go. I get it. Making fun of Wings is fun. Some wing memes are just objectively hilarious. Mr. Big Guy... I'm sorry, Mr. Nice Guy. Look here, listen, etc. But I think it's getting too much. Wings is a mentally ill, morbidly obese, professional victim that has wronged the hosts and PKA fans many times. He cons and manipulates people by acting pathetic and desperate in an attempt to cultivate a collective sense of pity. In so many ways, he had it coming. Trust me, it gets worse for me. But when is enough enough? You're allowed to win. You're allowed to punch back at the weak if they're attacking you, but you're not allowed to ground and pound and abuse them. The reason why eye for an eye punishments aren't a thing anymore is because a long time ago, civilized humans agreed it was cruel. Woody, what happened to treating the weak respectfully when you have power? It hurts. You used to permit some Wings talks if it was relevant, but you never pile on. The rant you had a few PKAs ago was justified. You were attacked and personally wronged by Wings. The attacks just hurt more than just by a random person because you guys have a long personal history and you don't let that don't let that cloud your judgment. You know what's going on is wrong. I felt compelled to write this post because not because I particularly care about Wings. To me, he's a piece of shit snake of a person who but he doesn't deserve this relentless bullying. Look at the situation objectively and without bias. The man is morbidly obese, isolated, lonely, depressed, anxious, and generally unhappy in life. He grew up in a ghetto in a shitty, uneducated, poor family. He's in his 30s, no wife, no girlfriend, likely hasn't had sex in years, lives in a trailer, doesn't have a stable income or career, and struggles to do normal everyday things like walking and going to the bathroom. I live in Florida, and I know many people that were affected by the Parkland shooting. Look at the Parkland shooter's history and compare it to Wings. The man has had a shitty life, was bullied, doesn't have a future, was isolated and ostracized, and like guns. I study psychology and neurology and have volunteered in hospitals that service the mentally ill. In my unprofessional opinion, the man is a ticking time bomb, and bullying him on a massive platform like PKA isn't just morally wrong, it's socially reckless. The problem is the damage is done. Even if all the bullying stops, it's not like Wings will somehow get better. In fact, he's likely to get worse. If he ever reaches rock bottom and decides to do something reckless or stupid like kill himself or hurt others, just know that while PKA will not be responsible at all, in caps, for any of it, PKA wouldn't be on the right side of history. To better drive the point home, here's a rape pedo analogy, since I know how much you like rape and pedophilia. In America, we give due process and fair trials to even the most evilest of our society. Even people that are presumed 100% guilty in the court of public opinion. That includes rapists, murderers, and pedophiles. But if there's the video evidence of a man raping a woman, why would we even try them? We know that that person raped someone, and yet we still treat them with decency and respect. Why is that?
We didn't know why they did it.
It's because if we tie the guy up in the middle of town square and let everyone throw stones at him, we become the monsters. That's what differentiates good from evil. Decency. Don't become that monster you despise in Wings. You're better than that. There's a too long didn't read. Wings memes are funny, but when is enough is enough. I don't care about Wings. He's a piece of shit snake of a person who doesn't deserve this relentless bullying. Wings is a ticking time bomb, mentally ill, unstable, and has access to guns. One of these memes could push him over the edge. Woody, what happened to treating the weak respectfully when you have power?
So first
I
of
watched
all,
Kyle's face through that entire read, and I don't think it was compelling to him.
first of all, that's the meanest shit that's ever been said about Wings on this show, and you wrote it, you little bitch. Second of all, he doesn't have access to guns. He took all the guns out of his house. They're no longer there, so that, you know, the next time he gets swatted, he doesn't get gunned down. And third of all, just for the memes, bro. You know, just for the memes, bro. He's on his medication now. That's gonna temper him out as long as he keeps taking his Lexapro. It'll mellow him right the fuck out. And look, like I said, it's just for the memes. But what you just said, meanest shit that's ever been said about Wings on this show, and there has been some shit said. Woody went on that rant. He went Blue Man on him a couple weeks ago. That was pretty rough. I thought that was rougher than anything I'd ever personally said. But what you just hit new fucking all-time highs or lows depending on which side of the fence you're on. Jesus Christ, the difficulty getting to the bathroom, the years without sex, the living in a trailer, the stupid family stuff. That was some mean shit you just said. I think what's going to happen is if something ever happens, if Wings ever self-harms or harms another person, we'll go back to your username and we'll point you out as the one who drove him over the edge with those spurless, evil comment that you wrote that was then subsequently read by Woody's Gamertag on this show. That trademark Woody's Gamertag, trademark PKA. Not associated.
I direct your attention to this comment from April 4th, 2018.
Not
found on the PKA subreddit.
Not associated with FES show or FES production.
I thought it was
2018. Do you remember who Wings supported in the last presidential election? Or can you guess if you don't know?
Yeah.
Hillary, this most recent one?
I
have no idea.
Bernie
Sanders.
Yeah, I do.
Big Bernie Sanders guy. Yeah. One of those handouts.
Bernie is not will never be president.
I will give a banquet meal to every man, woman, and child.
And it's not going to be the kind that we hate with the corn that tastes awful in it. It's going to be the beef ravioli, no cheese. Well, unless you're vegan. Well, I guess cheese isn't better if you're vegan. I'm sorry, I get off track. I've been on the bus for 4 hours. There were so many stops on the way here.
Transfer.
I had to transfer.
I just need Connor to be broke, right? I need Connor to have fines and legal bills that make him say, whatever, I'll fight.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell the suit. No, it's not black. It says fuck you all the way down. 30,000. All right, I'll call someone else. It's gonna go quick. You trust me. Believe that.
He has a suit that says "fuck you" in the pinch.
Yeah, he sells them. He's got his own clothing. He's got his own clothing line. Yeah, they're not that expensive. You know, they're about like what a nice suit costs.
Yeah, because nobody's buying them.
They're buying them. They don't all say "fuck you."
Nobody is wearing those.
They don't
all say "fuck you."
No, they don't all say "fuck you." There's one.
Have you checked out our racial epithet collection?
That's what I'm going by.
Then he's an egg-headed liar.
Who
could stand to who needs a little bit of de-reddening agent and a bit of cardio.
Yes, but he's fine on neck thickening. He's covered there.
I've been rough. Dana White, you know we've been selling the neck thickening agent. A few people have taken too much apparently. Didn't read the back of the bottle. We are now releasing the Infowars.com neck reducing agent. Now you would much rather use too little than too much of this. Preferable. You don't want to get back down to a bitch neck. You know? And this does not de-redify you. Guaranteed. Nice beta neck, bitch.
Should we wrap there?
Yeah.
I like that as a wrap spot. All right, PKA episode 381. I had fun.